Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel again. This is Cloud Institution, the best cloud training institution in Bangalore. So today in this video, we're going to see about AWS and one of the AWS real-time interview questions. Okay, and then the question is all about like EC2 Instance Hardware Information. Okay, so we all know that the AWS will be providing, so the IaaS infrastructure as a service and platform as a service and software as a service, all this stuff. But whenever you're creating EC2 instance, do we know that in which hardware they're going to be provisioning this EC2 instance? Okay, so there is no way that we can find out, which hardware and what is the BIOS information. So what is the hardware information and which um, kernel, so which hypervisor they are using. So we all know that they are using the hypervisor. Okay, so, but we don't know what this hypervisor is all about. Okay, so the question the interviewer may ask you is that, okay, so how to get the hardware information of an EC2 instance? Okay, so for example, I've provisioned one EC2 instance. Okay, it can be a Windows or Linux or anything, right? So for example, if it is a Linux, okay, so let's talk about Linux in this case, right? So how do you get the hardware information of the EC2 instance? Okay, so we are going to see that in demo. Okay, the answer for this question is going to be, okay, so we can get the hardware information during using a DMI decode command. Okay, there is a command called DMI decode. Okay, so that is not going to be present by default in the in the Linux system, but we need to install that command. Okay, we are going to see the demo on that. This is my AWS console. I'm going to launch a new instance just to check whether the DMA decode command is present or not. Okay, it's a brand new system. So click on launch instance and I'm giving a name. Okay, so the name is going to be cloud hyphen um, hyphen institution hyphen DMI DCOD. Okay, so DMA decode instance. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to choose Amazon Linux image. I wanted to get the order information of Amazon Linux image. Okay, so instance type is going to be t2.micro, and then the key pair is going to be, okay, so the cloud institution Hoyo key, because I'm using this Hoyo region for this purpose. So I'm just enabling SSH traffic because I want to SSH into this machine to check the information. Okay, and I'm going to use 8 GB of 8 GB of storage. Okay, as you can see here, okay, I'm using this T2.micro. I'm using one vCPU and 1 GB memory. Okay, this is what my hardware information is going to be, right? So we're going to see like how this hardware information will be shown in the output. So I'm launching instance. So launching instance usually will take some time. So we need to wait for a while until it completely provisioned. So now it's completely provisioned. So let's click on this instance ID. So this is the instance which is got provisioned. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to click on connect. Click on connect. Okay. So it's going to be connecting with the EC2 user. Okay, with the IP address of this. Click on connect. It is initializing the session. It should be available in a fraction of minutes. Okay, so this is what it is, right? So now I'm going to root. Okay, so because I want to install some packages. Now, if you wanted to run a command called DMI I want to check whether this command is available or not. Okay, so now this command is not available. What I have to do is that I have to install this command in Amazon Linux. Yum install. Okay, yum install DMI decode. So you have to give this. So whenever you are installing the installing the command called DMI decode is a package. So you'll be showing that this is going to be installing only one, so only one package. Okay, the version is going to be, okay, this one. Okay, so the Amazon 2023. So the repository, from the repository Amazon Linux, right? So I'm going to be clicking on yes. Okay, it's completed. Now I wanted to check the command again. Okay, so I'm going to give the command like DMI DECODE. Okay, this is the command, and if you can see the help -h of this command, you can see, so what are the options are there. Okay, so read memory from the device file and the display the help, and then so the less verbose output, and then decode everything without queries. something like that, so there are so many different options are there. So now I was just wanted to -h and handle -h is handle, so display the entire entry of the given handle. So all the commands will be there. So now I wanted to give just this command. I'm going to enter it. So now as you can see here, if you scroll up, okay, so now you can see the output, whatever it's showing. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit so that you can see the information, right? So DMA decode is the command which has been entered. So DMA decode 3.6 is the version. So getting SM BIOS data from sysfs. So now you can see the BIOS information. The BIOS information, the vendor is Zen. Okay, so what is Zen? Okay, so you have to be knowing that what is Zen. So Zen is one of the hypervisor type. Okay, Zen is the Zen kernel, right? So Zen kernel hypervisor type. What is the Zen kernel hypervisor type? So we have two different types of hypervisors. One is type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor. So what is type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor? So this information we are going to check in the next upcoming videos. Now we're going to see what are the BIOS information is giving. Okay, so the BIOS information, if this is the real if it is a real physical hardware, okay, so if it is something like a Dell hardware or something like that, Dell hardware or Dell or HP, something like that, so you'll be getting information like, the vendor is going to be Dell or vendor is going to be HP. Okay, so vendor is going to be Cisco, something like that. But this is just hypervisor is going to be giving the vendor is Zen. Okay, let's see what is Zen. Okay, Zen hypervisor. Zen. Okay, let's see what is Zen hypervisor. So Zen hypervisor is one of the Linux project. Okay, Zen project is focused on, okay, revolution of the virtualization by providing the, okay, so the versatile and powerful hypervisor. So Zen hypervisor is kind of a very very popular and very old hypervisor. Okay, this is open source. This is free of cost. Okay, that is the reason why AWS is leveraging the Zen hypervisor. Okay, so now you should be understanding what hypervisor Zen is using. Okay, so the Zen hypervisor, okay, is type 1 or type 2. If you can see this one, if you can search it in Google, something like that, so it give me the answer that Zen is a type 1 hypervisor. What is type 1 hypervisor? Type 1 hypervisor is nothing but this hypervisor will be installed on top of the hardware directly. Okay, so what is type 2 hypervisor then? Type 2 hypervisor is nothing but, so there will be some of the operating system will be installed on top of hardware, and on top of that there'll be some kind of a software will be installed. For example, VirtualBox is the, so we'll be installing on top of some kind of a some of the operating systems, let it be Windows or Linux. Okay, so that is called type 2 hypervisor. So what is type 1 hypervisor? For example, if you can go with a VMware, okay, so VMware vSphere client, so those kind of software or so called as a type 1 hypervisor. Okay, so let's say for ESXi. Okay, I don't know if any of you know about ESXi. So ESXi is a VMware hypervisor, because I'm a certified VMware certified engineer as well. Not only cloud expert, but I'm a VMware certified engineer as well. So I have a quite number of experience on VMware itself. Okay, so you should be understanding what is type 1 hypervisor and which Zen kernel. I mean, what is Zen kernel? Zen hypervisor is all about. Okay, so now I'm sure that you got some kind of information about this. So you can see that BIOS revision, okay, so it's going to be 4.11. Okay, and then you can see system information. The manufacturer is Zen because it's working on Zen hypervisor, and the vendor is going to be 4.11 Amazon. Okay, so the vendor, they have just branded it, saying that Amazon is branded it out, right? So now you can see, okay, the chassis information, so manufacturer is Zen. Okay, so there are a lot of informations are missing, okay, because this is just hypervisor, we won't get much information, but there are some kind of information we'll be seeing. So processor information, okay, so designated to be CPU 1. So we have seen that there are one CPU have been installed. Okay, so that's what it is showing, and the lot of manufacturer is Intel. Okay, so we are going to be seeing, so you must be wondering that we are whenever we are provisioning the instance, okay, so we have seen that one vCPU will be installed, so we don't know whether it is Intel processor or is a AMD processor or anything, right? So we don't know, but from this command we should be able to see that what is, so which processor we are using. Okay, we are using Intel processor for this particular operating system. Okay, so now you can see all the handles and all these things are so really hardware basics. So memory device. Okay, so we can see the memory device. Okay, size is 1 GB. Okay, 1 GB of DMM RAM. Okay, so for example, if so, this is what we have seen, right? So whenever you're launching instance, we have seen, we have seen here that one vCPU and 1 GB memory. Okay, so this is what the information is showing over here. So 1 GB 1 GB memory. Okay, so 1 GB of RAM. Okay, and then one vCPU. We have seen it in the above. Okay, so one CPU one. Okay, so this is what it is, it's showing. Okay, so I might be wrong in some kind of information because I'm not probably a hardware engineer, but some of you, if you know about all this information, just give me this information in the below comments. Okay, yeah, this is what all about that, to get the hardware information from the EC2 instance. Okay, so these are all the information we will never get in internet. Okay, these are the questions you will never get in internet. So please make use of this kind of a comments to enrich and enhance your knowledge. All right. Okay, so this is what all about this session. Okay, so hope you got some kind of information about what is hypervisor, what is kernel, and how to get the information about that, how much CPU, and how much RAM you're using, and what is the vendor of this. Okay, so we are using Intel vendors for your Zen kernel. Okay, so all these things, I hope that it was very useful. So we're going to see a lot of information like this in the future. Okay, so if you like this video, please like, comment and share. Okay, so please check out our website cloudinstitution.com for if you want to enroll any kind of courses, and also please reach out to us on this number if you wanted to know more about our courses and we would like to make you enroll for the courses. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the future videos.